Welcome back to The Explainer. Today, we are diving into something that feels, honestly, like a total cheat code for your meal prep. We're talking about the holy grail of fast food, a phenomenally crispy, juicy chicken sandwich that actually aligns with your weight loss goals. Listen, if you love fast food but absolutely hate what it does to your macros, stick around because we're going to figure out exactly how this works. So, tell me if this sounds familiar. Do you think you have to give up crispy chicken burgers to lose weight? You know, the diet industry has completely conditioned us to believe that we have to choose between the foods we actually crave and our fitness goals. It's always one or the other, right? But what if you could have that incredible, satisfying fast food crunch with literally zero guilt?
Okay, get ready for this number. 51. That is 51 grams of protein packed into just one of these sandwiches. If you're on a fitness journey right now, you know exactly how absolutely crucial protein is for muscle recovery and, honestly, just keeping you full throughout the day. Getting over 50 grams in a single delicious meal that feels like a massive cheat day? Yeah, that is a real game changer.
But wait, the protein is only half the story here. That massive, satisfying sandwich clocks in at a shockingly low 510 calories. No way, right? Well, today we're taking insights directly from Chef Jack ovens to deconstruct exactly how you can build a highly practical week of fast food alternatives right in your own kitchen. All right, let's dive right into this. Section 1, prepping the chicken patties and building the base. Our foundation starts with 750 grams, or about 1.6 pounds, of chicken mince. Using mince is key because it gives us total control over the shape and the flavor. To transform that plain chicken into a savory powerhouse, we're skipping the heavy sauces and relying entirely on a robust spice blend. We're talking 2 teaspoons of onion powder, a teaspoon each of garlic powder, smoked paprika, and celery salt, plus about half a teaspoon of ground white pepper. By thoroughly mixing in these aromatics, you ensure every single bite is perfectly seasoned from the inside out. Seriously, just get in there with clean hands and mix it thoroughly. Once everything is perfectly combined, you're going to divide that mixture into 5 150-gram or 5.2-ounce patties. And here is a brilliant practical tip directly from the chef. You want to stretch these delicate mince patties slightly wider than your burger buns. Why? Because chicken shrinks as it cooks. So this simple little adjustment ensures your patty fits the bun perfectly later on. No sad, undersized burgers here, guys. Moving right along to section 2, the crispy cornflake crumb, our secret weapon for better macros. Now, as Chef Jack Ovens points out, cornflakes do make a significant difference to the macros. Instead of reaching for traditional panko or those heavy, regular breadcrumbs, we are deliberately using crushed cornflakes. It delivers this incredibly satisfying, shattering crunch, all while keeping the calories and the carbs super low. It's an absolute brilliant swap. But listen, plain cornflakes, they aren't going to give us that fast food experience. So how do we build flavor without stacking up the calories? We crush those cornflakes and toss them with an extensive savory spice blend. We're using half a teaspoon each of earthy herbs like thyme, basil, oregano, and a warm kick from ground ginger. Add a teaspoon of celery salt and mustard powder, 1.5 teaspoons of sweet or smoked paprika for rich color, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic salt, and black and white pepper to taste. Mix that whole shebang thoroughly and boom! You've got your ultimate fast food style crumb. Now, what's really interesting about this next step is the complete removal of flour. Think about it. In the traditional method, you dredge the meat in flour, then the egg, then the breadcrumbs. But here's our macro hack. We skip the flour entirely. By going straight from the raw patty into the egg wash and then right into the cornflakes, we successfully cut out those unnecessary carbs. And we do it without sacrificing the structural integrity of that crispy coating. Technique really matters here, folks. First, whisk up 3 eggs, or 2 if you prefer. Then, gently dip your patty into the wash, and I emphasize gently. Remember, it's delicate chicken mince, so be careful not to break it. Finally, transfer it over to your cornflakes. Use 2 hands to firmly pat those crumbs on, making sure the chicken is completely and evenly coated so all that fantastic spice blend really sticks. Okay, on to section 3, baking and tangy sauce, or as I like to call it, ditching the deep fryer. Obviously, traditional deep frying submerges your food in excess calorie-dense oil, but our oven-baked approach, it is vastly different and, honestly, equally effective. Place your breaded patties on parchment paper, give them just a light touch of spray oil, and bake them in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius, that's 390 degrees Fahrenheit, for about 20 to 22 minutes, flipping them halfway through. The result is this perfectly golden crunch, totally minus the excess fat.
So, the crucial point now is the sauce. Actually, a viewer suggested swapping heavy, calorie-dense mayo for yogurt, and let me tell you, it's a stroke of genius. Mix about 125 grams or half a cup of yogurt with 40 milliliters, that's 2 tablespoons of Frank's hot sauce or whatever your favorite hot sauce is. Season it with a little salt and pepper, and you get this incredibly smooth, buttery, tangy sauce that perfectly complements that crispy chicken. Which brings us to the final step, Section 4, Assembly and Meal Prep. Let's put this hack together. Picture this. Your oven timer has just gone off, the kitchen smells amazing, and it's time for the perfect assembly. Spread half a tablespoon of your tangy sauce equally on both the top and bottom of 5 regular brioche buns. Next goes about 150 grams of sliced iceberg lettuce on the bottom. This is actually a fantastic little trick because the lettuce acts as a barrier and stops the fillings from just falling out of the bottom of the burger. Then lay down that perfectly crispy chicken patty. You can absolutely add cheese if you want. Just remember that it's not included in our baseline 510 calorie count. And this is exactly what you get. I really want to remind you why this explainer is so valuable. We aren't just making a single isolated meal that leaves your kitchen a total mess for just one dinner. No, this yields 5 deliciously high-protein sandwiches. You are perfectly portioned and completely set up for the busy week ahead with food that legitimately tastes like a weekend treat. The sheer versatility of this meal prep is unmatched. You can wrap them in food paper, foil, or just pop them straight into prep containers. Store them in the fridge or throw them right into the freezer and just thaw them overnight in the fridge when you need them. You can easily reheat them in a pan, the microwave, the oven, or even an air fryer to get that maximum crunch right back. It fits seamlessly into the schedule of literally any busy professional. So, as we wrap up today's explainer, I've got to leave you with a final culinary choice. Will you toast your brioche buns for that extra bit of texture, or keep them perfectly soft and fresh for the week's meal prep? The beauty is, the choice is entirely yours. You now possess the ultimate blueprint for a 51-gram protein, 510-calorie fast food masterpiece. The only question left is, how soon are you getting into the kitchen to try it? Thank you so much for joining me to break this all down, and I literally cannot wait to guide you through our next explainer. See you then.